If I were in a motorcycle chase, it would probably sound like this. Doom doom, motorcycle doom doom. Chase. Doom doom. Motorcycle. Doom doom. Chase. Motorcycle. 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 Chase. Motorcycle. 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 Chase. Motorcycle. Bum bum. Motorcycle, 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 motorcycle,
Hold on a second. That's not a motorcycle. That's a crazy bus!
welcome to Wipeout. Good evening, how are we doing this wonderful evening leading into a wonderful weekend? It do be me, hello there, how are we all doing this wonderful evening? So I managed to find the bug from the looks of things in the number grid, so that's always good to see when you can fix that issue. Means we can now just play through no problem up to that 10 by 10 grid at the end there, which is a bit crazy. We have a UKNT, that is the root code you need to enter in if you would like to play this game of Wipeouts. It's a very simple game. Find the things that match the thing and avoid the things that don't match the thing, because if you hit a thing that doesn't match the thing, then you wipe out and you lose all your score. There's the rules of the game, pretty much in a nutshell. Welcome to Clive, Joe, Matt, Topper, Derek, Lupine, ABME, Toot, Mark, Cetra, DMC, Danny, Puzzle Dan, Colonel Hans Lander, Shapes, Westernator, Asda, Frontry, Cyclespace, Sportsy, Colo, Drahuska, Riff, and Claire. Welcome to the game. If you'd like to play the game, you need to enter in the room code UKNT, and then from that point onwards, you can answer either in public chat or you can whisper to Quizbot 3000 as well. Any of those methods will work. And hello, Car, as well. Welcome to the game. So yeah, it's the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. It is the weekend. Hello, Westernator, your first at Bash game of 2022. Well, welcome. You don't need to apologise for being away. Life gets in the way, other stuff gets in the way. That is what comes first. Entertainment stuff comes later, and you're more than welcome to come back whenever you wish. So it's always good to see you. Never need to apologise for being away. Welcome, Westernator. Hope you're doing well. Hello there, Ramsey. Can't say because of work. Oh, that's unfortunate. However, what I will say is later down this stream, we will have a board written by yourself. So we will await how people play that pack and that particular board, and we'll see how well they do. United Kingdom's Northern Territory. Yes, something along those lines. Good time zones to you all, indeed. Hello there, Poker. Speaking of poker, you've got two boards this evening that I've approved for tonight's game. So yeah, all of the fun happening. Let's quickly go over the authors that we're going to be having hopefully this evening. So we have, if I look down the list, we have Ralph is up here. We've got Ramsey, I've mentioned earlier. Westernator, I've also approved a board of Westernator. Oni, Sportsy, we've got a board or two from you. JC Eurovision fan, and Topper, and Cetra. And I think that's all of the names up here, just not in necessarily the order we will reveal them in, because then otherwise that's spoilers. So I've just given out the names of the people that have provided boards this evening. Thank you very much for all the boards that have come through. We will play them out. Authors obviously will be able to just sit out and not be able to do anything, but they'll get themselves an author bonus for writing the board. You can't wait for the wipeout to begin, really? Well, thank you for the 100 bits there, Matt, and hopefully you won't wipe out. So, quick explanation of the game. You're going to be seeing a board with 16 answers on them, numbered 1 through 16. You'll then see a question, and you need to give me some, or maybe all, of the correct answers that are on the board. You can answer anything from 1 through to 11 possible answers. By giving me a number in Twitch chat, or you can have multiple numbers in one message. You can also do that. And then once you start revealing, then you get more points the more answers you give. And it works in a sort of triangular number system. So you get more doots, the more risk you play. The more answers you risk for, the greater the payout if you succeed in your bid. However, if there is just one single wrong answer somewhere in your bid, regardless of if it's the first or the last one we reveal, then you'll wipe your score down to 0. And yes, it does continue over into other boards. So if you manage to accrue lots of points, lots of dukes in board 1 and board 2, and then you go to board 3 and wipe out, you lose the entire lot and have to start again. It is a very cruel game. So you have to play a little bit more safely, a little more textually. But if you want to go for the risk and go for the big 11, then you can get yourself some big doots if you can risk it. Wrong answer and a steal! No, it's not quite a steal though, Samster. Can you imagine if this game had stealing mechanics in it? Wow, that would be crazy. And a bankrupt. Bankrupt and a steal! Wrong answer, bankrupt and a steal! Doesn't work like that. Hello, Topper. Oh, it's a wrong answer. And a bankrupt. He would do. Thank you for the 13-month resub there, Topper. Oh, and Matt. It's another national lottery. Gifting out 5 subs in total to Quizzle. Letters. I'm not even going to bother going through them all. Mean PG, Kegler Coach, and Matrudel from space. Thank you very much, Matt, for the 5 gifted subs there. And greatly appreciated, as always. And all you 5 people, wonderful people, getting subs there. Enjoy your 1 month of subscription using my emotes and also ad-free viewing. 5 gift subs and a steal! If Giovanna was saying it'd be you get nothing. Good day, sir. Absolutely would do. So it's a very simple game. We're gonna get this first game started in about a minute, and then we'll be on our way, and hopefully you can avoid those wipeouts. In alphabetical order, authors for game number 1 are It's Sportsy, Sectra, and the Lupine one. I'm treating the as a T rather than Lupine because it's part of the name, the Lupine one. So It's Sportsy, Sectra, the Lupine one in alphabetical order. Won't necessarily appear in that order. That's just the alphabetical order of the authors in this set. And yes, we're playing 3 boards in a go. And then once we've reached the end of board number 3, whatever you have currently in your account in the game will then get banked to your actual dutes. So you don't have to worry about risking from game to game. At the end of board number 3, we bank what you currently have, and that goes straight into your virtual account. So if you want to find that out, you can say the word dutes, it tells you your current amount. You can also say rank, it tells you where in the leaderboard you are as well on the Dute leaderboard. Right, I think we're ready to start. So, if we are all ready, let's do the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Paul Daniels.
Let's play Wipeout.
Absolutely. Welcome to you all. Let's get straight into our first board then, which concerns the following. Wipeout of the Daleks. Let's have a look at the information of this one. So, which of the following can immediately precede the words of the Daleks to complete the titles of Doctor Who stories? Note that we are only looking for words that specifically precede the words of the Daleks and not any other sequence of words. The completed titles must be for the title of a Doctor Who serial, as in for the original series, or an episode for the reboot series. So we are counting answers from the original series serials and also the reboot series episodes. Any of those work, so long as it is a single word that does correctly precede of the Daleks. 11 of these are right, 5 of these are wrong. Ralph, you can sit back because this is your board. Thank you very much for this board. Everybody else, you will have 45 seconds to consider your answers. You need to give me at least one answer, otherwise you will wipe out, although everyone is currently sitting on 0, so it doesn't really do much to you at the moment. But just do bear that in mind later down the line. If you do have something at risk, you need to give me at least one answer to at least try and preserve your score. If you're ready, here come your answers. Only 45 seconds starts now. Sorry, Natter. Well, hopefully we've got 3 other games to play as well, so you'll have plenty of opportunity to play some Wipeout, but you're welcome to the stream. You can have a bit of a relax. That number to the right-hand side of your leaderboard entry is the number of bid answers you have given. Purple means you have something to give. If you are more grey, it means we have not received an answer from you yet. 15 seconds to get an answer in. 10 seconds. Colonel Hans Lander, Riff Raccoon, need an answer. And that is time. We did not get an answer from Colonel Hans Lander or Riff there, so I'm going to go through the procedure anyway. For anyone that does not give me any answers in time, unfortunately, I wipe you out. And we do that by doing that. Were you whispering to the wrong bot, Riff? Because if you are, then that's probably what's happened. It happens to everyone. I certainly was doing it the other day as well. So just bear that in mind. Maybe if you're whispering to the wrong bot or something. You can also use public chat as well. That is an alternate option if for some reason the whispers don't work. Right, let's start revealing some answers then. So 11 of these are correct. 5 of them are wrong. All 16 answers were actually picked from the board. So everyone's gone for something up on this board somewhere. Here we go. We're sending Whisper to Quizbot 3000. Was that wrong? No, that should be correct, Colonel Hanslander. Do you want to just try sending a Whisper to that now? I should be able to see it on my console log. So, yeah, if it doesn't come up, then probably... I saw that message, yes. I did see that message under 1, 2, 3. I'll need to have a look at exactly what you sent me earlier. You may have sent me a message that doesn't work. You did them with no spaces. That should have worked, Riff. That should have worked. Well, I'll keep an eye on things next time round, because they should have come through and they should have been processed like all the others. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on things. Anyway, here comes your first guess. So Day, 18 of you went with Day of the Daleks. Is the correct answer? Yes. Rebels from a 22nd century Earth conquered by Daleks travel back to the 20th to prevent them from taking over. There's a correct answer. 18 of you currently getting 500 dukes for that, but that's not completely said and done yet until we get to the end of board 3. But what it does mean is on your next correct guess, you're getting even more than just 500 for your guess. They work, let's say, in a triangular number sort of sequence. Next one. Invasion of the Daleks. 11 of you gone for this. No, not specifically like that, but the correct way of saying it should be the Dalek invasion of Earth. So there was invasion with Dalek in related, but not invasion of the Daleks. No, the Dalek invasion of Earth. That was the correct name, and that was from the first Doctor era. So unfortunately, that is a wrong answer. It is a wipeout for quite a few of you. It means all of you that are in red right now, you're not going to be scoring any more than 0 on this board. Next one to reveal is Planet of the Daleks. Yeah, that's the correct answer. Yes, the Time Lords transport the third Doctor to the planet Spiridon to stop a team of Daleks from awakening an army in suspended animation. 10 of you give me a right answer there. Next one, Genesis of the Daleks. Yeah, the Time Lords transport the fourth Doctor to the planet Skaro and instruct him to prevent their creation, and Davros makes his first appearance in said episode. Hello there, welcome to the stream there, Betty. Hope you're doing well. We've just started this game, so you're not going to be able to join right now, but sit tight and be able to join in on game number 2. Hope you enjoy what you see. 8 right and 4 wrong left of the board. The next one I'm going to reveal is War of the Daleks. Ooh, no. The Daleks fought the Time Lords in the Time War, yes, but there is no War of the Daleks episode, I'm afraid. So that is a wrong answer and a wipeout. Joe, Daddy Gambit, and various other people wiping out on that answer. Unlucky there. Next one to reveal. Victory of the Daleks. That's correct. Yes, the 10th Doctor travels to London during the Blitz to discover that Winston Churchill is using disguised Daleks in the war efforts. That one is a correct answer there. 7 giving me a correct answer. Clive doing well there, banking out on 3,000 as well as Colo. Mark banked out on 1,500 there. Toot still got one more to give. Shape Sportsy Topper still 3 left to give. Next one we're going to reveal is Revolution of the Daleks. Yeah, this is a more recent one. 2021 New Year's Day special, in fact. This is the one where Jack Harkness breaks the 13th Doctor out of prison and the two reunite with her companions as a new Dalek threat arises on Earth. Yes, Revolution of the Daleks was one of the more recent ones up here. 6 right, 3 wrong left of the board. Next to reveal is Asylum of the Daleks. Another correct answer, yes. Captured by the Daleks, the 11th Doctor is sent to a planet full of insane Daleks, tasked with helping them destroy it before the Daleks can escape. Topper still 1 left to give. Toot still 1. Shapes with 2 still left to give. Next one to reveal Resurrection of the Daleks. Yes, the Fifth Doctor's only Dalek adventure. The Daleks, afflicted by a virus, seek to free an imprisoned Davros. Topper banking out there on 5,000 for now. Toot still 1, Shape still 2, Swartzy still 3 left to give. And there's 4 correct up here. Hello there, Allmeister. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. It has been ages. Good to see you. Next reveal. Ascension of the Daleks. No. There is no Ascension of the Daleks. Maybe you are thinking of the 13th Doctor episode called Ascension of the Cybermen. That one does exist. Ascension of the Cybermen, yes. Not Ascension of the Daleks, I'm afraid. Sportsy, Derek, Annie, Joe, and Asda give me a wrong answer there and wiping out. Let's keep going. There's only 2 wrong answers left on the board and 4 correct. We're now going to reveal Destiny of the Daleks. Yes, rebels from a 22nd century Earth conquered by Daleks travel back to the 20th century to prevent them from taking over. Always seems to be going back to the 20th century. Claire banking out 3,000. Theory banking out 1,500. Toot still 1, Shape still 2. Next one to reveal. Remembrance of the Daleks. Yes. 7th Doctor travels back to Earth on 1963 to fight against 2 Dalek factions, seeking a Time Lord device he had left there. Toot's banking out 5,000. Shapes now has just 1 left. There's 2 right answers up there and 2 wrong. We're now going to reveal Evolution of the Daleks. Shapes has gone for this, hoping this is their final correct answer. Evolution of the Daleks? Yes. In 1930s New York City, Dalek Sek of the Cult of Skaro has become a Dalek-human hybrid and seeks to create more of his kind. So that was a 10th Doctor episode, I believe. Shapes banking out currently now have the lead on 7,500 doots there. And everyone that needs to has now banked out. Let's start revealing the other answers. Death of the Daleks. That was a wipeout. There was a Doctor episode called Death to the Daleks, but not Death of the Daleks. A very tricksy one there. Revelation. That one is a correct answer, yes. The 6th Doctor's only Dalek adventure, Davros poses as a healer on the planet Necros, looking to produce a new race of Daleks. And the last one there, Museum of the Daleks. The wrong answer. Closest we've got there is the Space Museum, where the Doctor encounters an empty Dalek shell in the titular museum, but there is no Museum of the Daleks. At the end of that, Lupin getting their 10,000 Doot author bonus for providing the board. Thank you very much for that board, Ralph. Shapes take 2nd place, 7,500. Topper, Toot on 5,000. Clive and Colo, 3,000, as well as Claire. Mark, Cart and Theory, 1,500. But it's still all at risk and all can still be wiped out if you give me a wrong answer on board 2 or 3. So, let's move on to board number 3. Find out, board number 2, should I say. Not board number 3, we'll do board number 2. Let's do it in the right order, Ashley. Board number 2 concerns the following. Some serious name dropping. I'm going to take a sip of this. I mean, we could play this as wibbly wobbly timey wimey version of Wipeout. Some serious name dropping. Let's see the information of the question here. Which of the following names appears in the lyrics to We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel? On the board, 11 of these names will appear in the lyrics to We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel. 5 of them do not. Can you identify the ones that do feature and avoid the ones that do not? Here can be 16 answers. Only 45 seconds starts now. Topper knows all of them well. Got 45 seconds to find them then. Making that 30 seconds. 20 seconds. Topper has gone for a bit of 10. Can you find that final answer? 10 seconds. Had gone for the full bit of 11. So has Drahuska. 5 seconds. Joe, need an answer. Although you had nothing to risk anyway. All of the answers on the board have been picked. Joe, unfortunately, he didn't give me an answer, so I do have to go through the procedure of giving you a wipeout, even though you're already on 0. And there we go. So, yeah, Topper and Drahuska and Adster go for the full bid of 11. Then we have Ralph with a bid of 9, as well as Riff. And DMC, in fact, also with a bid of 9. You've been trying to learn the lyrics to this song, have you, Topper? Well, let's see how well it has paid off. Have you gotten a full bid of 11? Let's start revealing some answers. We'll start off with Doris Day. Yeah, I think it's in the first line, isn't it? Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray. That's the first line. Next one. Buddy Holly. Yes, Buddy Holly, blank. We're not going to reveal that one yet. Space Monkey, Mafia. Next one. Richard Nixon. Yep, Birth Control, Ho Chi Minh, Richard Nixon back again. Next one. Princess Grace. Yeah, Princess Grace, Paint and Place, Trouble in the Suez. Okay. Not quite sure on the rhyming couplet on that one. Let's keep going. James Dean. Yes, Einstein, James Dean. Brooklyn's got a winning team. 6 right, 5 wrong, left to reveal. Topper still on for a full bid. Drahuska and Alistair, unfortunately, are in overbid territory. They have 8 left to give, but unfortunately only 6 correct answers left up here, so there must be a wipeout or 2 at the very least in their Suez, I guess, suppose so, in their bid. So we'll wipe out at some point. Next one. Joseph Stalin. Yes, Joseph Stalin, Malenkov, Nasser, and Prokofiev. That's that line. 5 left are right and 5 are wrong. Topper still on for the full bid. Carlo banking out. No more left to give on 4,500. Westernator on 5,000. Clive on 4,500. Next one. Sally Ride. Yes, Wheel of Fortune. Sally Ride. Heavy Metal Suicide. Lovely. Shapes banking out on 9,000. Mark on 6,500 as well as Theory. Let's keep going. Lawrence of Arabia. Yes, Lawrence of Arabia. British Beatlemania is that line. Any other overbids to consider? No, actually. Just Drahuska is still in the overbid territory. Topper still on for the full bid. Lupine, there's only 3 correct answers, and they have gone for a bid of 3 remaining. So hoping for the final sweep. We haven't revealed a single wipeout yet. Next one we reveal. Malcolm X. Yes, Pope Paul, Malcolm X, British politician sex is that line. ABME banking up 10.5. And we keep going. Just 2 right answers up here. We now go to Ronald Reagan. Ralph has gone for Ronald Reagan. Topper has not. Which is the right answer? Is this the right one? Afraid not. No. Reagan is not a correct answer. Ronald Reagan is not a correct answer up on this board, and I might have just slightly spoiled which one does. Which we said earlier anyway, didn't we? Yes, we did. Richard Nixon we did say earlier. That's fine. 2 right and 4 wrong left on the board. Unfortunately, Ralph, Claire, Derek, Danny, Cetra, Effrontery, Drahuska, and Azta wiping out on that answer. All those beautiful points just gone, just like that indeed. Next reveal. John Glenn. Yes, Ole Miss, John Glenn. Liston beats Patterson. I suppose if you go to Schwa, makes sense. DMC banking out 22,500. That is quite a big total there. Topper on 32,500 at risk now with 1 left to give still. Only 1 correct answer up here and 4 wipeouts to avoid. Where are we going? We're going to Ben-Hur. Topper, Riff, Toot, Car, Poker, Drahuska and Adster, hoping for a final correct answer here with Ben-Hur. That is correct answer, and we return back to that line that I put a blank in earlier. Buddy Holly, Ben-Hur, Space Monkey Mafia. That is where that goes, and Topper absolutely nailing that round. 38,000 doots in the bank there. Then DMC on 22.5, as well as Riff, 19,000 for Toot and 10.5 for AB Me. Now, unfortunately, we do have to go through these final wrong answers. 4 of them, they're all wipeouts. Mikhail Gorbachev is a wrong answer. Captain Hook, Puzzle Dan losing the 3,000 on a wrong answer. Yogi Berra, it's a wrong answer. And Oprah Winfrey is a wrong answer. And thank you, Sportsy, for that particular board there, getting your 10,000 Doot author bonus for writing it. Well, Topper, you have quite a strong lead there after board number 2. What are you going to do when you go to board number 3? Are you going to risk it a bit further, or are you just going to play it safe with a single answer? The first board only was a quote blank of the Daleks, Doctor Who stories or episodes. There were just single word prefixes to of the Daleks. It's a great board, actually. I like that one. So, that is where we're currently at, 17 players with a non-zero score, but you can still claim loads of Doots and also lose them all on board number 3, which comes courtesy of Cetra. Return to space! Yes, we are returning back to space once again with Cetra with a question on this. Yeah, it's about time we went to space once again. As you may remember from over 2 years ago, last time around we were searching for moons of Jupiter. But this time will be different, as we will reach for the stars, the brightest of the stars. Yes, indeed. Thank you for the 100 bits. So which of the following are in the top 50 brightest stars in the night sky? To clarify, we are looking for the names of some of the 50 brightest stars in the night sky according to the Hipparchus, I can't say it. Hipparchus Satellite Catalogue, it's probably that, the HSC. Ranking is approximate due to various sources having slight discrepancies, partially because of some stars altering their brightness over time, such an ever-changing world we live in. The 5 wrong answers, though, will be brightest stars in their corresponding constellations. However, they do not feature in the top 50 brightest overall list. So there may be bright stars in their local constellation, but globally speaking, I know it's used the wrong word there, universally speaking, that's a better way of saying it, universally speaking, they're not in the top 50 brightest overall from our perspective in the night sky. 11 right, 5 wrong. Here come your answers. And your 45 seconds starts now. Eleven of these are right, 5 are wrong. Which of these are in the top 50, 50 brightest stars in the night sky? Yeah, not too often. Last few seconds to get a bid in if you haven't done so. Colonel Hans Lander, you have Doots at risk. If you don't give me an answer, they will go away. That is time. 15 of the 16 answers were accounted for, which is enough to say we are finishing on this round of bidding. Colonel Hans Lander, you did not give me an answer that worked, so I'm afraid that is going to be a wipeout and you're going to be losing the 3,000 Doots that you currently have banked up. So, what have we got bid-wise? Astra and Drahuska with a bid of 11. Claire with a bid of 6. Lupin with 7. Which is the highest bid? It is Ralph with a bid of 7. Right, well, let's see how we go. Topper, currently in the lead, only going for a bid of 1. Let's have a look to see what the potential ranking is. So, as it currently stands, with all bids considered, Topper would be our winner of this game if their 1 bid is successful. Astra Drahuska would take second place with a bid of 33. Will get 33,000 if their full bid of 11 is correct, and Toots will be in 4th place. That is what you potentially will be in at the end. But let's find out what you actually will get. First answer reveal: Sirius. You can't be serious. Surely you can indeed. This star is not only the brightest in its constellation Canis Major, the Greater Dog, but also the brightest of all, obviously excluding the Sun. It is so bright that on a scale of 1 to 6, its magnitude is above -1. Thank you for that, Cetra. And Topper going the right way there, banking on their 38,500. They will be getting that at the end of the game. Well done. Well, we already know who's the victor of this game, but you're still going to be earning Doots if you manage to avoid a wipeout here. Next reveal: Polaris. Yes, brightest star of Ursa Minor, the Lesser Bear, just barely, though, in the top 50. They are approximately 46th. It has been the northern pole star for over 1,000 years, but is a subject to change with time. Quite a lot of time by human standards. Yes, just barely. There's a lot of puns in Sectra's factoids. I really love reading through this. Next reveal. Altair. It's a correct answer, yes. The brightest in the constellation of Aquila, the eagle, and 12th brightest in the night sky. Good answer there in Altair. Congratulations if you banked out on that one. I don't think anyone actually banked out on that particular answer. We'll keep going then. Moneybags is just a linear wipeout. It's really weird saying it like that, Ralph. It really is very weird saying it like that. All it needs is that for each of these boxes to have different values in, Ralph, and maybe the wipeouts have steals and bankruptcies instead. Then that would make it really moneybags. So weird. That is so weird to consider, having uneven values. You know what? I'll think about it for like April Fool's or something. Next to reveal. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Betelgeuse is a correct answer, yes. Second brightest in the constellation of Orion, and usually 10th brightest overall. Also one of the largest stars visible to the naked eye, should I say. Is a correct answer. Car banking out 9.5 on that particular answer. And We Like Shapes banking on 12,000. I don't know. If it was Wipeout was an April Fool's, it'd be. Oh God, it would. If it's the Bob Monkhouse Wipeout though, then all the values would just be even, and it wouldn't even increase over time. It would just be like 50, just a 50 for a correct. It'd be so boring. So ready for you to hold it, Whiskers? If only I had that, and the ugly check marks. Yes, indeed. Anyway, let's move on. Moving on to Procyon. Yeah, it's a correct answer. Yeah, the brightest star of Canis Minor, the lesser dog, usually the 8th brightest overall, culminating at midnight on the 14th of January. Hey, that's today. Yes, Procyon is the brightest at midnight today. What a wonderful little factoid there to write in, etc. So, yeah, topical, absolutely. How very timely. 6 right and 5 wrong left to reveal. Next to reveal is Castor. It's a correct answer, yes. Second brightest in the zodiac constellation of Gemini, the twins, is approximately 23rd brightest in the night sky. Toot with 1 left, Ralph with 1 left, Astor with 5 left to give, and there are just 5 remaining correct answers up on the board. Unfortunately, Drahuska is in overbid territory, so we'll be wiping out at the end of this board. Unlucky. Next reveal is Arcturus. Yes, the brightest in the northern constellation of the Boots, the herdsman, and is the 4th brightest in the night sky. Toots banking out there, 29,500. Ralph banking on 14,000. Colo on 12. Derek on 10.5. Matt on 9,000 doots there. Congratulations. We will dole those doots out shortly. Next one. Caus Australis. Caus Australis. It's a correct answer, yes, indeed. The brightest in the zodiac constellation of Sagittarius, the Archer, approximately 35th brightest in the night sky. Claire banking out on 10.5. Astor still 3 left to give and 3 right answers up on this board. Will they go for the full 11 at the end of board number 3? There's 3 away from doing so. Poker banking out on 5.5 as well. Next reveal. Mimosa. It's a drink, that isn't it? Yeah, also known as B Crooks or Becrux, second brightest of Crooks, the Southern Cross, and is in the top 20 overall. Answer 2 left to give and 2 right answers up on the board. Clive and Westgate are still hoping to bank out. Danny has banked out on 5,000. Effrontery still looking for 1 left to bank out. There's still 5 wrong answers up here somewhere to avoid. And we're going to go now to Deneb Algedi? Deneb Algedi. Oh, no. This is the brightest star of Capricorn, the sea goat. However, this is not to be confused with Deneb, which would be a correct answer for this question. They are approximately in the top 20th. But Deneb Algedi is not in the top 50. Unlucky there, Adster. Deneb, yes, but Deneb Algedi, no, is a wrong answer, and that is a massive wipeout for you. But I do really, I do sort of admire the go for the full 11, and you nearly had it happen. You nearly got it. One day you'll make a full guess 11, yes, one day, but not quite now. Westernator, Effrontery still looking for one. Clive unfortunately wiping out on that answer as well. Unfortunate. Let's keep revealing. Eltanin. Oh, Westernator wipes out with Jahuska there. Eltanin, no. It is the brightest star of Draco the Dragon. However, it is not in the top 50, no. It is approximately 69th brightest overall. Nice. Because, of course, we had to get the 69th listed in there somewhere. Westernator and Jahuska, unfortunately, wiping out on that particular answer. 2 right and 3 wrong left on the board. We're only looking at Effrontery now. Only one left to give. Let's find out. What have you gone for, Effrontery? You've gone for fact. Is that a fact? That fact is in the top 50? Unfortunately, it is not fact. It is the brightest star of Columba the Dove, but unfortunately is around the top 100 brightest. So it is, for fact, a wrong answer, not a right answer, I'm afraid. So, unfortunately there, Effrontery, you are going to be leaving on 0. 2 right and 2 wrong. All the remaining answers belong to Wipeout Ease, so we'll just quickly go through them. Fomalhaut was a correct answer. The brightest in Pisces Australis, the southern fish, which is 18th brightest overall. Sargass, also a correct answer. The 3rd brightest in the southern zodiac constellation of Scorpius, the scorpion, is in the top 40 brightest overall. Has nothing to do with the Sargasso Sea. And the final answer that was taken for Jahuska, the Rasselhag, that was a wrong answer. That was the brightest star of Officius, the Serpent Bearer, is just out of the top 50, though, at 57th place. And the one which we all avoided, the Zubineshamali, the brightest of Libra, the balance, nowadays it's probably around the top 100 brightest. However, according to Aristides, it was observed to be brighter than Antares, which is currently around top 15. But yeah, currently top 100 brightest. So is our final wipeout answer. So at the end of that board, congratulations to 20 players managing to bank some doots there. Cetra getting their author bonus of 10,000. And all the way up to Topper, congratulations, 38,500 doots there. Most of that due to your wonderful knowledge on We Didn't Start the Fire lyrics. So congratulations on that. The dukes should already have been doled out right now. So you want to check your balance, you can do that right now. But very well played. And also may I say thank you to Ralph, Sportsy and Cetra for the boards we have played in that game. How did you find that? How did you find that particular set of boards? I hope you found those interesting and not too cruel. Let's put it that way. Hope you enjoyed them. But we're going to start once again from scratch with a brand new set of boards. So if you're joining on game number 2, including with Nata who joined in late, and anybody else who joined in late, now has the opportunity to get into the game. PIQG is the room code to enter in if you'd like to play game number 2 of Wipeout. Hello there, that FNZ, that funds. The new chatter, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. We go to the lobby and enter in some information. There we go. Well, it's pretty snappy actually for those 3 boards, must be said. I do like a snappier version of Wipeout. It means we're sort of getting through the game a bit quicker, and it means we just actually can play more boards in general as well. Board 3 was space, board 2 was time, and board 1 was Inspector Space Time. It wasn't really time though, it was lyrics though. It was more words for board 2. I know, I guess it certainly is a very tenuous link, Pop Ramen. I know what you're trying to do. Yeah, I can see where you might have gone with that. I completely did not do anything like that intentionally. That would have been completely coincidental if that was the case. So we got already 31 names down onto the board for game number 2. It's technically history. I suppose it is technically history, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, you could say it's time. Oh, that's very weird, wibbly wobbly, spacey timey, wibey stuff. Game number 2. Let's quickly go over the authors we've got for game number 2. Again, in alphabetical order, not necessarily the order we're going to see them in, is Pokenuts, Ramsey Fox, and the Lupine one. Yes, Lupine is returning for another board in game number 2. Hello there, Ben. How are we doing? What did you... A great way to make friends, keep fit, and fall into a swimming pool from a great height. No. Hope you're doing well, Ben. Hope you're healing up. Hope you're feeling great. We are looking forward to a stream tomorrow if you are up to doing it. But always, as I say, your health comes first, stream comes later. But if you are recovering well, then that's great. How do you answer answers? So, to do that, you can answer either in public chat, or you can either whisper to QuizBot3000. You can do either of those methods. And to answer, you're going to be giving me numbers. So if you think answers numbers 10, 8, 10, and 12 are correct answers, you can answer like that, or you can answer like that. Don't use any commas or anything like that. Just separate them by spaces is all you need to do. And you can give me up to 11 answers that you believe are correct. If you give me any more than that, it won't accept it. If you give me them in a different format, then it won't accept it. But you can do them as separate messages or as one long string or a mixture of the two. It's entirely your prerogative how way you want to do it. But yes, as Scorecat says, if you give me any wrong answer anywhere in your bid, then the entirety of your current bank will go down to 0, regardless of the order that we reveal them in, because we are sort of doing a collective reveal. So the order we reveal in is not necessarily the order you gave me your answers in, if that makes sense. And yes, including from old boards, yes. You can accrue points in boards number 1 and 2, but if you get a wrong answer in board number 3, that entire bank goes to 0. So be aware of that. Last 30 seconds to get in on this game, and then we're going to start off this lobby. I'm going to take a quick sip of this Asda brand Coca-Cola. I don't know why I said that. It's Asda brand Cola, because Coca-Cola is the brand name. Asda brand Cola, hashtag not spawn. It's nice. It's nice and cheap. Let's put it that way. It's nice and cheap. Well, I think we're all ready to go. Other supermarkets are indeed available, yes. They really are. Just Asda is the one that's very close to me. A carbonated cola-flavoured beverage. Or pop, or soda. Because, yeah, those are apparently alternate ways of saying things over in the States. As we learned on Wednesday. Right. Countdown time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are we ready?
Let's play Wipeout.
Let's do that indeed. Let us play Wipeout. Let's get this game underway. Board number 1 concerns the following. I'll take the Horned Viper, please. I'll take the Horned Viper, please. Hello, Claire. Don't worry. We're not doing all missing vowels, but it's just the theme of the header in this case. Let's see the information we've got for this board. So, how's your Only Connect knowledge? Identify the teams that have been named champion of a main series of Only Connect. So we're identifying any of the 11 teams up here on the board that have been named champions in the main show series of Only Connect. We're not considering like champions or specials or anything like that. Just the main show series. Special episodes may have featured some of these teams, but only a main series win will count them as a correct answer. So 11 of these are series winners. 5 of them are not. Here come your 16 answers. Only 45 seconds to consider. Starts now. We're nearly at the final, Ben. We're nearly at the final. You should go and watch the episodes, Ben. They're really good. Especially the most recent one. Go and watch the most recent episode. It's a damn good episode. Ah, fair enough. Last 10 seconds to get an answer in. If you don't give me at least one answer, then it will be wiped out. Everyone has indeed answered, and that is it. all of the answers on the board have been accounted for as well. Poker, thank you very much for this board. You have been relaxing wonderfully here. You're going to get your author bonus of 10,000 dudes at the end of this board to play with. Let's find out. So Adster and Shapes and Drahuska and Cetra have gone for the full bid 11. Adster, Drahuska and Cetra are in that world of they want to go for the big 11 bids. Shapes, however, normally not in that world, but Shapes being Only Connect alumnus or alumni. I actually don't. Yeah, alumni. Clearly thinking they have the Only Connect knowledge here to go the full board. So let's find out. Let's start revealing some answers. Crossworders, we are starting off with. All the way back in Series 1, indeed, the Crossworders were the winners of Series 1. It's a good start there for Shapes. Unfortunately, not for Adster, though, already in overbid territory, so we'll get a wipeout at some point. Next one, the Epicureans. Series 4 champions were the Epicureans, yes. Next, the Puzzle Hunters. Yeah, the most recent champions that have been broadcast so far, the Puzzle Hunters in Series 16. We don't know yet for Series 17. We'll have to wait and find out, but Series 16 was the Puzzle Hunters. Next, the Escapologists. Series 13 champions they were. Shape still doing well, as I say, unfortunately, in the overbid territory. Cetra also sitting in overbid territory from that answer there. Next, the Rugby Boys. I believe this is the one that featured the Beast. I believe so. Series 2 champions were the Rugby Boys. 6 right and 5 wrong left on the board. Let's keep going. The Francophiles. Another correct answer, yes. Series 7 champions. A pre-Beast, the Beast, indeed. Francophiles, Series 7 champions, also a good answer. Shape still on for a full bid. Currently sitting on 10,500 dudes in the bank. None of them who speak French. Next one. The Orienteers. Is another correct answer. Series 10 champions were the Orienteers. Muesli banking out on 5,000. Cola banking on 3,000. Let's keep going. Shape's still on for the full sweep here. We now go to the Gamblers. Series 3 champions were the Gamblers. Series 3 champs there. Shape's still on. Shape's still on for it. Jogging Jump banking on 5,000 there. Oh, hey, bye. Oh, hey, bot. Bye, bot. Interesting. I'm with nearly 60 viewers and they're doing the bot stuff. Very interesting. Next one. The Verbivores. Yes, Series 12 champs were the Verbivores. Toots banking on 7.5 there. Shape still on for the full sweep. Just 2 right answers up here. We've not revealed a single wipeout yet. We now go to the Strategists. Shapes did not go for this. Strahuska Adster did. Topper, Hawthorne, Bunny, DMC did. That FNZ. Wow, I did it American style. That FNZ. Danny Gambit and Pirate Pygmy also went for the Strategists. All the way back in Series 3, however, runners-up were the Strategists. They were the runners-up in the Series 3 competition. And you'll find that, in fact, all of the wipeout answers up on this board were runners-up in their relevant series. So very close to being champs, but not quite. Unfortunately, Drahuska adds to Topper, Hawthorne, Bunny, DMC, that FNZ, Danny Gambit and Pyro wiping out their score. Next to reveal is the Scribes. Another correct answer, yes. Series 6 champs they were. Cycle Space banking on 10.5. Westernator banking on 3. Shapes still looking for one more answer. So is Car and Natter. Oni, unfortunately, now in overbid territory. Does mean Oni will be wiping out. Next to reveal is the Dicers. And that is the last correct answer up on the board. Series 14 champs they were. Shapes sweeping the damn board there. 33,000 dukes in the bank. Congratulations. Car banking on 10,500 there. Claire, unfortunately, one left to give. Same with Derek Agony, Effrontery, Oni, Natter, Ralph, BC, all with one or more left to give. So we'll be wiping out here, unfortunately. Let's quickly go over the other ones. We've got the Dungeon Masters. They were Series 16 runners-up. The Time Ladies were Series 14 runners-up. The Belgophiles, or Belgophiles, were Series 13 runners-up. And the last one there, the Bakers, was Series 8 runners-up. And at the end of board number 1, we have a very pleasing half with some score and half without some score. Shapes currently leading all on 33,000. Car tied with Cycle Space on 10,500. Poker getting their author bonus of 10,000. Toot on 7,500. Muesli and Riff and Clive and Jogging Chum on 5,000. Westernator and Colo on 3,000. Matt the Rest, Sportsy and Mark on 1,500. Amy and Puzzle Dan getting one correct answer and getting through the board with some doots at risk. But we still have 2 more boards to play, so all of that could still wipe out. Shapes' 33,000 could all just go up in flames on one single wipeout answer. We now go to board number 2, which concerns the following. Ralph, you can relax. This is your second board. This is what Britain thinks is a good crisp flavour. Yeah. In 2008, 2009, and again in 2014... the UK's Walker's Crisps ran a competition named Do Us a Flavour, getting the great British public to suggest and vote on new flavours of crisp. 11 of these made it to market as part of the Do Us a Flavour promotion, but 5 of them did not. So, just as a reminder here, which of these flavours were amongst those that Walker's sold as part of this promotion? Now, I will need to make you aware that some of the wipeouts may be flavours that Walkers have indeed sold, but they were not part of the Do Us a Flavour competition. Just be aware that some of these answers Walkers may have actually sold, but were not part of the Do Us a Flavour competition. 11 of these are part of the Do Us a Flavour competition. 5 of them are not. Here can be 16 answers. And your 45 seconds starts now. Yes, deep potato knowledge required for this board. And yes, that last caveat is very true up on this board. Ralph are being a little tricksy with some of these answers. "15 seconds. Oh, there's a raccoon up there. Pyro, we need an answer, otherwise you will get a wipeout. There we go, everybody has given me an answer. Last few seconds. That is time, and every single answer on the board has been allocated to someone's bid. Right, let's start revealing some answers once we see that Drahuska and Adster have gone for a full bid of 11. Outside of them, what's the biggest bid? We have a 6, I think, is the biggest bid from Effrontery, Natter, and Danny Gambit. Those are the 3 to watch to see how far they can go. No, sorry, Oni with a bid of 7. Completely did not notice that. Oni with a bid of 7 is the one to watch there. Right, let's start revealing some answers then. We're going to start off with a builder's breakfast. As in a tea? Why? It's the correct answer. Yeah, and they won the 2009 competition. It's a decidedly eggy taste. The builder's breakfast was a 2009 competition. Oh, as in the actual... yeah, okay. Not a tea. Definitely not a tea. Anyway, still, it was disgusting. Let's start revealing more answers. Yeah, as in full English. It's just when I saw builders, it's like, there's a builder's tea. That's what you're always talking about. It's a builder's tea. But no, not in this case. We now go to pulled pork in a sticky barbecue sauce. It's quite descriptive, isn't it? Yeah, that one won in 2014. Probably a bit better flavour, that one. Carl banging out on 12,000 there. And is the only person to bank out so far. 9 left to reveal, and no overbids so far. We now go to Welsh Rarebit. There's our first wipeout answer there for Westernator, Colo, Jogging Chum, Matt the Rev, Puzzle Dan, Sector, Effrontery, DMC, Drahuska, and Adster. No, Welsh Rarebit, if I can find that information there. In 2010, to celebrate the World Cup, Walkers released a range of international-inspired flavours as part of a Flavour Cup campaign, one of them being Welsh Rarebit, but was not part of the Do Us a Flavour finalist list. It was a Flavour Cup campaign, not Do Us a Flavour, so it's a different promotion entirely. Hard luck there, getting a wipeout there on that particular answer. Next one. Chip Shop Chicken Curry. That's a correct answer, yes. Chip Shop Chicken Curry was a correct answer there. Clive banking on 5,500. Let's keep going. Onion Bhaji. Another correct answer. Pokernuts now banking 10,500 on that particular answer. 7 right, 4 wrong. Next to reveal is fish and chips. Yes, absolute classic, that. Muesli, now 1 left to give. Westernator would have banked out if they had something, but unfortunately did wipe out earlier. Keep going. Cajun Squirrel. Cajun Squirrel? It's a correct answer. Yeah, it is a correct answer there. I don't have much else to say about that one, unfortunately. Derek, 1 left to give. Nato with 2. Only with 3 left to give. BC with 2 left to give. Yeah, I don't understand it either. I don't understand why we've got Ranch Raccoon up here either, to be honest. We're moving on to hot dog with tomato ketchup next, though. That is a correct answer. Shapes is banking on 33,500 with that answer. AB Me, 2,000. Mark, 2,000 as well, banking out on that answer. No dogs were harmed on that one. No, that was an actual. There's a food hot dog, not a hot dog. Anyway, moving on to chili and chocolate. Another correct answer there. Riff banking on 5,500 with chili and chocolate. Nata looking for 1 more, only looking for 2 more. That FNZ is still looking for 1 more to bank out. Next to reveal, cheesy beans on toast. Yes, that's a correct answer. Muesli now banking on 10,000 with that answer. Toot, Oni, Danny, and BC still looking for 1 more. Claire banking out 1,500 on that answer. Let's keep going. Sizzling steak fajita. Another correct answer. Only banking 14,000. Cycle Space banking 11,000. Danny Gambit 10,500. Derek 7,500. Sportsy 4,500. Only 1 right answer left on the board, and 4 wipeout answers. You've still got 1 potential bid here, but you may still have the last right answer on the board, so you may still have some doots. Let's find out. What are we going to reveal? We're going to reveal Coronation Chicken. I do remember this flavour, but it was not part of the campaign, I'm afraid. Let's find the information. They launched their 70th anniversary with limited edition flavours inspired by Britain's changing tastes throughout the decades. One of them was Coronation Chicken, but was not a Do Us a Flavour finalist, I'm afraid. So Topper, BC, Colo, etc. Jahus were announced wiping out on that answer. There's still 1 right answer up here amongst these 4 answers. Hawthorne Bunny still looking for 1. Pyrapigmy the same. Toot, Natter, and that FNZ still looking for 1 more right answer. We're going to Brussels Sprout. Hawthorne Bunny's hoping for it. I'm afraid not. No, it was a Christmas special flavour in 2018 and 2019, but not Do Us a Flavour special, I'm afraid. It was a Christmas one. So that is a wrong answer for Hawthorne Bunny and wiping out on that answer, but it's a good guess. It's a good guess on that one. Just 1 right out of these 3 now, between Badger, Raccoon, and a Cappuccino. Let's going to go to the Badger. Barbecue Badger is where we're going for. That FNZ is looking for this to be the final correct answer. Barbecue Badger? I'm afraid not, no. There were some out there flavours, but Barbecue Badger was not one of them, I'm afraid. So that is a wipeout for that FNZ. Toot Nato and Pyrapigmy still looking for 1 right between Ranch Raccoon and a Cappuccino. Derek saying, wait, is Cappuccino right? What is wrong with people? Well, let's find out. One of these is right, one of these is wrong. Toot and Pyrapigmy have gone for Cappuccino. For Ranch Raccoon, should I say. It means Natter's gone for Cappuccino. That's what I meant to say. Ranch Raccoon for Toot and Pyrapigmy. Natter has gone for Cappuccino. Is Raccoon the last correct answer on the board? Yes, Ranch Raccoon is the last correct answer up on the board. Wow. Toot's banking on 15,000 there. Pyrapigmy banking 1,500. That does mean, unfortunately, Natter, your final answer of Cappuccino is a wrong answer. I'll just quickly talk about it before a reveal. This was not... Now, this is a really tricksy one. This wasn't released as a UK Do Us a Flavour campaign, but it was in the USA's Lay's Do Us a Flavor competition. So it's the same thing with the counterpart company over in the US, but not the UK Do Us a Flavor competition, I'm afraid. So I'm afraid cappuccino is the wrong answer. Yeah, it's literally the same as Do Us a Flavor, but omits the U for US spelling, so Do Us a Flavor campaign instead. So at the end of ball number 2, we have half plus one extra person now with a non-zero score. Pyropygmy now on 1500, as well as Claire. Mark and AVM on 2000. Sportsy on 4500. Clive on 5500, as well as Riff. Derek on 7500. Lupine and Muesli on 10,000. Danny Gambit and Pokenuts 10.5. Cyclespace 11, Car 12, only 14 to 15, and Shapes still on that resounding lead on 33,500 doots. But it's all still at risk going into board number 3, which concerns the following. Quality time in the sin bin, and we thank Ramsey Fox for this particular board. Quality time in the sin bin. Wrong sport, says Topper. Let's find out which sport we're actually talking about. Which of these are penalties in professional ice hockey? We say that because over here in the UK we would say ice hockey to differentiate from field hockey. Over in North America, just saying hockey does mean ice hockey. So, which of these are penalties in professional ice hockey? Correct answers are all listed as penalties in the 2021 to 2022 editions of both the NHL, National Hockey League, and IIHF, International Ice Hockey Federation rulebooks. Specifically, penalties refers to rules infractions that result in a player, usually the offending one, being sent to the penalty box, i.e. the sin bin, leaving their team shorthanded for some time. This includes all major, minor, and match penalties. 11 of these are listed named penalties. 5 of them are not. Your 16 answers up on the board there. 45 seconds starts now. Eleven of these are penalties in professional ice hockey. 5 of them are not. How far do you push it? Shape's currently in the lead on 33,500, ahead of Toots by, well, over double Toots' score currently. Do need to give at least a bit of 1, otherwise you will wipe your score out. And we do have a bit of 1 from Shapes currently. Even me, we need an answer. There we go. Everybody has given an answer. There's no penalty for killing an adversary. I think there might be other legal things to deal with outside of the world of just sports there, Joes, in that case. So, all 16 answers have been accounted for, so no more rounds of bidding. Infantry's gone for the full bid of 11, so has Derek. Ads has gone for 11. Drahoo's not gone for 11 this time, only gone for 10. I say only. 10 is the bid they're going for. Shapes only go for 1 to preserve their score. Toot with 2, only with 3. So as it currently stands, this is what the leaderboard would look like if everyone's correct. It would mean Derek overtakes the lead if the full bid of 11 sticks. They would get 40,500 doots if that were the case. Infantry and Adster for 33,000 if they get their full bid of 11 as well. So that's where you could be at the end of the board. Let's find out where you will be. Let's start revealing some answers. And we're going to start off with some high sticking. Good start there for 23 of you. Yes, hitting the puck with your stick above your shoulders is prohibited. It's not a penalty, but however, hitting your opponent with your stick above your shoulders, that's a penalty, and you'll get a free stay in the penalty box. So that's definitely a penalty there. High sticking there. Pokenuts was the only answer they gave, and is enough to bank 11,000 doots, as well as Clive there for 6,000 doots. Next one, we're going to slashing. Another correct answer, yes. This is a penalty called for swinging your stick at your opponent rather than the puck, and is frequently called for chops to the opponent's stick or hands. That is the correct answer. Excuse me. No one banking on that answer. Let's keep going. Fighting. Yes, it is a fighting penalty, yes. It is always a 5-minute major penalty for every single participant that is involved in a fight. Now, interestingly, the IIHF rulebook claims that fighting is not part of international ice hockey's DNA, but then it devotes the next 3 full pages to the rules regarding fighting. So they do have rules for fighting, but it always ends in a 5-minute major penalty for all participants. I know that the ice hockey game that I work on, or at least a very old version of it, we would have a fighting minigame in it if for some reason we wanted to roughhouse players. So you could actually, fight and then get penalised. It's just a bit of fun, apparently. Couldn't do that in modern age, unfortunately, because it's too violent, and we want we want our games to be accessible to a lot of people. We just wouldn't be able to do it in this day and age on mobile. Lupine banking out on 11,500 there. Toots banking out 16,500 Doots there. Sportsy banking on 7.5. Some very good answering there. Next one to reveal is cross-checking. Yeah, correct answer, yes. The act of using the shaft of the stick between the 2 hands to forcefully check an opponent is cross-sticking. Pygmy banking out 4,500 there. Next reveal. Hooking. Yes, as the name suggests, it's a penalty for using your stick like a hook to restrain your opponent, often from behind. Indeed. Cycle space, 14,000 Doots, banking out there. Answer, unfortunately, you are in overbid territory, so you will be wiping out at the end of this game. Hard luck. Next one. Roughing. Yeah, it's a standard penalty, that one. Roughing's a minor penalty for punching or slamming motion, normally directed at the head or face of the opponent, which the IIHF further describes as a minor altercation. Lovely words, that. Car banking out 17,000. Westernator banking 7,500. We have an oh no from Derek Agony. We do have an oh no from Derek Agony. They have 6 left to give. There's only 5 correct answers left on the board. So, Derek, you did go for the full bid, but we know now for a fact you will be wiping out somewhere later down the lines. That certainly is a minor altercation. Now that it is a wipeout, is a minor altercation. Maybe a major altercation, I don't know. Let's keep going. Let's see where you've slipped up. We now move on to delay of game, which is a correct answer, yes. Delay of game, the penalty guidelines list a number of different stalling tactics under the delay of game section, including shooting pucks directly out of play, deliberately dislodging the goal from its posts, and excessive adjustments to clothing, skates, and sticks. That's another one you've managed to avoid, Derek, so you're doubly wiping out somewhere along the lines. Shapes is banking out there, 34,000. Congratulations there, Shapes. That is now safe. You'll get that at the end of the round. Anybody else banking out on that answer? No, I don't believe so. 5-yard penalty, still first down. That's a different sport. Different sport, Ralph. Let's keep going. We still have 5 wipeouts we've not touched yet. Is it this one? Boarding. Boarding is the correct answer, yes. Pushing a defenceless opponent into the boards dangerously. At the referee's discretion, the penalty could be anything from a 2-minute minor up to a match penalty with immediate ejection and possible supplementary fines and discipline. Mark is banking out 20,000 on that answer. Only 17,000. Riff, 16,000. That FNZ, 10,500 Doots banking out there. Right. We still haven't touched a wipeout yet. Will it be this one? Claire is in overbid territory as well now, with 5 left to give and only 3 correct answers, so we'll be getting a wipeout or 2 in the near future. Next reveal. Back checking. And that is where one of the slip-ups is. Back checking is not. This is ice hockey parlance for rushing back to the defensive zone in response to an opposing team's attack. It's not a penalty, as in fact the term does not even appear in either rulebook, but it is a sort of common term in ice hockey parlance for rushing back to the defensive zone in response. It's not a penalty at all. So unfortunately, Derek, Matt, Claire, BC, DMC, Colo, Topper, Drahuska and Asda, there is a wrong answer, a wipeout, and you're going to be ending this game on a flat 0. Wah, 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 wah. Unlucky there, Topper. Wave dashing. 3 right and 4 wrong left to reveal. Next to reveal is closing hand on puck. It's a correct answer. Yes, it is a minor penalty if a non-goaltender covers a puck with their hand to conceal it from opponents, catches and skates with an airborne puck, or picks the puck up off the ice during live play. That is a penalty. Cetra getting that one right. Only one left to give now, and everybody else that answered was in the wipeout zone already, so didn't really do much. 2 right, 4 wrong left on the board. Effrontery now in overbid territory. Oh, in overbid territory, should I say. I think we've already addressed that earlier, but in overbid territory. So we'll be wiping out. Jogging Chum still looking for 2, and there's only 2 right left up on the board. We're now going to interference, which is a correct answer, yes. Impeding or restraining an opponent who does not have the puck. Interference can also be called on players on the bench that interact with the puck or players on the ice. Muesli banking out 20,500. ABB banking 12,500. Dupes there. Congratulations. Let's keep going. Just 1 right answer left on the board and 4 wipeouts. We're now going to go to slew footing. Effrontery has gone for this. If Natter and Hawthorne Bunny have gone for this. Is this the last correct answer up on the board? Slew footing? It actually is, yes. The act of pushing your opponent's upper body backward with your arm at the same time as you bring your leg forward to kick their feet out from under them. Incredibly dangerous. This is an automatic match penalty and ejection for doing some slew footing action there. That was the last correct answer. Hawthorne Bunny, congratulations. You are banking out 7,500 on that answer. However, to Effrontery, Jogging Chum, Natter, Cetra, and Puzzle Dan, we have some wipeouts to concern ourselves with right now, which means you will be wiping out. Let's go through. Leaping. This is from American football, I'm afraid. A very uncommon American football penalty where a player takes a running leap across the line of scrimmage to block a kick landing on other players. Targeting. Another American football penalty for using the crown of your helmet to initiate contact with a defenseless opponent, especially in the head or neck area. In an effort to lower the number of concussions, this is now an automatic ejection in college football. Illegal forward pass. Same again. American football penalty where a pass is thrown from beyond the line of scrimmage or 2 forward passes are performed on the same play. Ice hockey does have a 2-line pass rule that prohibited certain forward passes, but that was never a penalty, and it was also removed from rulebooks in 2005. And the last one up here, toe dragging. In ice hockey, a toe drag is used using the end toe of the stick to drag the puck along the ice, as opposed to pushing with the bottom edge. It's a fancy stick handling move used to try to misdirect defenders and may get you into the highlight reel, but not in the penalty box, I'm afraid. So at the end of board number 3, we have a total of half plus 2 players with a non-zero score. Going up the list there, we've got Pyro Pygmy on 4,500, Clive on 6, Hawthorne Bunny and Westernator and Sportsy 7.5, FNZ 10.5, Pokenuts 11, Looping 1 11.5, ABM 12.5, Cyclespace 14, Danny Gambit 15.5, Riff 16, Toot 16.5, Oni and Car 17, Mark 20, Muesli 20.5, and Shapes, massive score there, 34,000 doots. Congratulations there, Shapes, on a phenomenal opening board there on Only Connect knowledge, but we expect of an Only Connect alumnus. They've got some sheer knowledge there of Only Connect, because I'm sure at some point, I mean, they already are sort of doing that in some of the games. They are doing Only Connect connections of Only Connect teams, so it's only a matter of time that they do more and more of that. Your Only Connections, absolutely. So congratulations to Shapes there on winning, and may I say thank you to Pokenuts, Ralph and Ramsey for those 3 boards there in game number 2. Hope you felt that was fine as well. But we've got more games to play. We've got another game to play. Game number 3, in fact. So if you want to play game number 3, yes, even more wipeout action, then FJMK is the room creator way to win. And while I do that, I'm going to enter in the question IDs that I need for this game. There we go. They have now been plugged in. Ooh, lots more names this time. Up to 38 names from a looks of things. welcome to you all. Hope you are doing well. FJMK if you want to play this third game. And in order of author names by alphabetical order, we have Alex R, aka Oni, The Westernator, and Topper One Gaming. Not necessarily the order we're going to see them in, but that is the alphabetical order. Alex R/Oni, The Westernator, and Topper. They are the authors of 3 boards you are about to play in game number 3. Excuse me. So the problem with this cola is rather gaseous. So yeah, sorry for all the burps and that are happening this evening. That's what you get. What have we got? 10, 20, 30, 39 players in the lobby right now, which is quite impressive to see. If you want to play this game, FJMK is all you need to do to get into the game. So how have we all been doing, really? I've been watching a lot of GDQ this week. Also, Games Done Quick. Some really wonderful games to be seen, especially Megamin. Freaking Megamin 2. That was so funny to watch. It's like it's a parody version of Mega Man 2. But all of the art is done in what looks like paint. Now, from what I understand, is they actually did it in Photoshop, but it looks like it's done in MS Paint, and it's just so funny because all the music's been updated in it as well. It's all kazoo work. It's just awful block in AGDQ is a proper GDQ tradition, and it's just so good to watch. Megamin 2. It has been very good this year. In fact, tonight, if they raise the money, they've got the Stepmania / not ITG run, or showcase more, should I say, of Mods Bootcamp 3, I think it is. That is going to be absolutely phenomenal to watch if we can raise the money for that. So if you do want to donate to GDQ to PCF, then I would say do donate now and put it towards that bonus game incentive, because it will be absolutely phenomenal seeing that. The whole not ITG stuff is just ridiculous. The mod chart scene in Stepmania is just bonkers. Like, if you enjoyed watching My in the last GDQ, you will absolutely adore seeing not ITG, because it's just mind-blowing. Just do it for Taro, because my God, Taro deserves it. The amount of work he's put into to making that thing happen, and just all of the extra graphical madness it is. Just do it right now. You must, because it's just amazing. I could maybe even show you a bit of a version of not ITG. I've got an old version of not ITG on here with some charts that I can some sort of play. Mods Bootcamp 3 is going to be even crazier than that, though. So do go and put some money towards it if you can. Obviously, you don't have to, but if you can, then I definitely recommend it, because it is going to be phenomenal to watch. Right, let's get this underway then. We had 10 to 15 people round for his tourney, and in the morning she told, oh, that's very nice. That's very nice of Tara's mum. 10, 20, 30, 40 names we have down here. Let's get this lobby underway then. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and
Let's play Wipeout.
Here we go. Yeah, through the fire and flames as an incentive. Yeah, I know. It's a very strange incentive for that, because it generally is like the easiest thing for any competent Guitar Hero or Clone Hero player to play. That's why they often play it at like 150, 175, 200% speed, because they can. And we've got some wonderful symmetry on the board again. 40 players up on the board here. Welcome to you all. Let's get straight into it. Board number 1 comes courtesy of Alex, and it is Know When to Hold 'em. Hold 'em. Which of these 16 famous people and characters are real nicknames for poker hands in the game of Texas Hold'em? So in the game of Texas Hold'em, poker, each player is initially given 2 cards. Over the years, the hands have been given specific nicknames for their supposed strength, or just otherwise describing them in the game. On the board that you're about to see, there will be 16 names of famous people or characters. 11 of these are real nicknames for poker hands. 5 of them have been made up by Oni's terrible self. I shouldn't say that, but it's written down here. Can you spot the fakes and break the bank? 11 of these are right, 5 are wrong. Here come your answers. And your 45 seconds starts now. Oh, there we go. We've got some answers coming in now. I was worried then because we weren't getting any answers in. There's a bit of a tricksy board, this. Can you decipher it? 10 seconds to get an answer in of at least one. Otherwise, I will wipe you out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is time. JAFPL, if you want to answer, you need to give me the number, not the text answer. Just as a reminder for you there, give me the number associated to the answer, not the answer itself, and it will lock that answer in for you. Effrontery, Jean-Mi, and JAFPL, unfortunately, did not give me any valid answers according to the bot. So I've got to give you a wipeout for that, unfortunately. But now you know how the answering works. I should have described it earlier, I'm afraid. I apologise for not doing that. So let's start revealing some answers. Drahuska's gone for a full bid of 11. So has Adster. Outside of those, what's the biggest bid we've got? Is it a 7? I think it is a 7 from BC. Is our biggest bid outside of the gung-ho 11s. Yes, indeed it is. Right. Let's start revealing some answers. We're going to start off with Anna Kournikova. Yes, if you didn't notice from the initials there, AK for Ace-King combination there. And Anna Kournikova is an Ace-King combination, obviously named after the tennis star. And of course, because apparently she looks good, but she never wins. Apparently it's some sort of thing. There's a correct answer. Next reveal. King Kong. Again, if you look at the initials there, KK, King pair, a pair of kings, naturally. This one is also called Gorillas in the Mist as a result as well. Car banking out 1500, Shapes banking out 1500 as well. Next one. A Dolly Parton. Yeah, it's a 9 to 5, so a 9 and a 5 after the song. 9 to 5 for Dolly Parton is what we're looking for there. Cycle Space banking on 3000, Muesli banking 3000 as well. Mark on 1500. Drahuska, unfortunately, already in overbid territory, and Asda also in overbid territory, so they will be getting a wipeout or two at the very least. Let's keep going. 007. Not many go for this one, only 12 going for the 007. Yeah, this is a recent one, obviously from Casino Royale. This is specifically the 5 and 7 of spades, which was the exact hand that Daniel Craig's James Bond won in the poker game at the heart of the 2006 film Casino Royale. So 5 and 7 of spades specifically is a 007 or a Bond. Matt the Ref banking out 1500 there. Toot banking 1500 as well. Next one, a Donald Duck. It's a correct answer. Yes, this is a combination of a king and a 2. As a 2 is commonly called a duck, just like in bingo, and the king 2 is the king of the ducks. Donald Duck is the king of the ducks. Pokernuts banking 5,000 there. Colo banking 3,000. Kegler banking 1,500 on that answer there. Let's keep going. A Justin Timberlake. Another correct answer, and again, look at the initials. This is a combination of a jack and a 10. In poker, generally 10s are written as a T rather than the numerals 10, because it's nice to just keep everything as a single character. So a JT, Jack 10 combination there is a Justin Timberlake. Amy Me banking out 3,000. Derek also 3,000. Brand New Halo 1,500. Lots of early bank outs. Let's keep going. We're going for a Mickey Mouse now. And there's our first wipeout. No, despite the clubs kind of looking like Mickey Mouse's head, if you squint really, really hard, there is no such thing as a Mickey Mouse in poker. Not presently, at least. Maybe it will get coined as a term later, but as presently, Mickey Mouse is not a thing. Drahuska, Topper, DMC, BC, Clive, Jers, Westernator, and Dan wiping out there. But we still have 2 more boards to play out for you to accrue some dues, so still plenty of time. Next reveal, Oedipus. is a correct answer. Yes, Oedipus in Greek tragedy, Oedipus killed his father, the king of Thebes, and married his mother, the queen, represented in card with Oedipus as a jack and his mother as a queen. So it's a jack and a queen combination, is an Oedipus or Oedipus. Jogging Chum, banking out 5,000 there. And those are all the bank outs we need to consider. Next to reveal, there's still 4 right and 4 wrong up here. The Joker. I mean, it's a bit on the nose, isn't it? Yeah, the Joker is a card on its own, but it's not a hand. There is JK as a backronym, but that's for just kidding, and that's as close as you can get, I'm afraid. So yeah, Joker, unfortunately, not a hand in poker. We don't even play with Jokers generally, I don't think. Let's keep going. Michael Jordan. That is a correct answer, though. That is a combination of a 2 and a 3, fittingly to match his jersey number of 23. But this is not really one you want to see. 2 and 3 are fairly low values in poker, in Texas Hold'em. But yeah, Michael Jordan's number 23, 2 and a 3 is the combination there in the hand. Claire banking out 10,500 there. Let's keep going. Kenny Rogers. Now, he did write the song The Gambler, which contains the round title, Know When to Hold 'Em as the lyrics, but there is no Kenny Rogers hand in poker, I'm afraid, so that is a wrong answer. Ralph, Calibrated Vision, Danny Gambit, Clive and Western Nato wiping out on that answer there. 3 right, 2 wrong left on the board. We're now going to go to a Jennifer Lopez. I mean, it's a J-Lo, isn't it? So, a jack and a low card. Simple as that. It is just a jack and a low card. In this case, a 3 is a J-Lo. Lingo banking out 10,500 dudes on that particular answer. 2 right and 2 wrong. We're now going to go to Darth Vader. Use the Force, Luke. Or maybe the Fours. Yeah. Darth Vader is a combination of the 4 of spades and the 4 of clubs, as in they are both black and they are known as the dark side of the Fours. So there you go, now you know Darth Vader is the dark side of the Fours. Riff banking out 3,000 dukes there. Anster, you do have 2 left to give, so you're going to get a wipeout in a moment. And I think that's all we need to consider. Oh no, Pyro Pygmy and Free Rocker still have 1 left to give and can still bank something out of this round. We're now going to go to Doctor Who. Doctor Who. The correct answer, and for the reason of that, is the companion of Doctor Who is K9. So that would be a king, and a 9 is the hand of a Doctor Who, named after the companion K9. Free Ruckus, last one banking out there, 500 roots. Unfortunately, Pyro, you've given me a wrong answer. Answer, you've also given me a wrong answer out of these 2, so you will be wiping out. That does mean these final ones are wipeouts. A Homer Simpson. No, there's no hand named after him, but there now does exist the Royal Sampler from the Stonecutters, which is a 5-card hand that he had in the episode, which is a King Jack 10-6-3. It's completely useless. It's king high. It's all it is. But that is the Royal Sampler. But it would be called Royal Sampler, not Homer Simpson, I'm afraid. That is a wrong answer. And the last remaining answer up there, answers 27,500 dukes, is all going to go away on Victoria Corrin Mitchell. Who is, of course, very good at playing poker, but presently does not have a name after them just yet. So the end of the first board there, we have exactly half of our players with a non-zero score, with Lingo and Claire currently tied on the lead, 10,500, and only getting their author bonus of 10,000 dukes. But it's all still to play for as we go into board number 2. Now, Topper, you were talking earlier about sports, and it was the wrong sport. Well, I'm hoping this is the right sport for you. Obviously, you have to relax because it's actually your board. The formula for a great circuit. Yes, it is the obligatory F1 question. It is the obligatory F1 question, I'm afraid. So let's quickly get through this. Which of these motor racing circuits have hosted at least one Formula One Grand Prix? So, 73 circuits have hosted a Grand Prix in the 71-year history of Formula One World Championship, which 11 of these racing circuits have hosted at least one Formula One Grand Prix at some point since the introduction of the World Championship in 1950. 16 answers will be up there. 11 have hosted Formula One at some point in its history. 5 of them absolutely have not. Here come your 16 answers. And your 45 seconds starts now. Well, if you saw some of the wipeout boards I had to work with, Clive, unfortunately this was obligatory. There are at least 3 F1 boards that I had to work with here. I think this was the best of the bunch that we could work with. We have 10 seconds left. 5 seconds. Yeah, it kind of was, Score. As I was constructing tonight's games, I was really struggling because everything either clumped into one of 3 groups. Music, sports, or video games. Those are literally the biggest 3 subjects that I had to deal with every single time. And I've tried to split them up as best I can with this evening, but there's just so many that also fit those 3 that it just becomes kind of unfun. So, yeah, Wipeout is indeed hard to write for, very much so. But what I'm going to say is if you do want to write some Wipeout boards, we need something that is outside of the wheelhouse of music, and also like TV also clumps into that kind of thing, so like popular culture kind of thing. Video games, and then, as I say, sports. Those are the big 3 that keep coming up. And of sports, it's F1 again that really comes up a lot as well. So we need to avoid those at all costs for the time being. We can have the F1 later down the lines, but yeah, we need more stuff that is different. No, don't even cross the streams, Matt, because we just want to have stuff that is completely different to all of that, really. Yeah, we just need something that is nothing like that. Like geography. We haven't touched geography in ages, and I don't think we even have geography tonight. So if there's an interesting geography board, that would make a lot of sense here. Just something for a load of people to be able to get some ins on, because I worry when I try and do like Formula One boards that the Formula One crowd are going to ace it, but then those that have literally no idea on Formula One are going to be like, oh, okay, I've got no idea. This one, I'm hoping there are a couple of answers that people recognise, even if they're not diehard fans. That's what I'm looking for in Wipeout boards, is at least some answers that a regular layperson will be able to answer successfully without any real problem. When it gets really obscure, I can't take it. And there's a lot of boards sitting idle at the moment in the proof list that kind of meet that criteria, unfortunately. So, yeah. You might have found an issue with this board, Oni. Really? I mean, this is sort of geography in a way, but in a different sort of way. I don't think there's a particular issue with this board, but because I did look through the list, and they seemed to all match fine for me. Anyway, Answer's gone for full 11. Only's gone for full 11. Those are the 2 big bids to look out for. Let's start revealing some answers. Let's go start off with the Hockenheim ring, which is, it's the German Grand Prix on and off since 1970 is the Hockenheim ring. Nice, easy one to start with. Next, Circuit of the Americas. Yeah, that was the US Grand Prix since 2012, except 2020, because that was a special year. The Fuji Speedway. Yes, Japanese Grand Prix in 76, 77, 2007, and 2008. The Yas Marina. Yeah, that is the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix since 2009. Brands Hatch. Yeah, it's a British circuit, but they normally race at Silverstone these days. But they have raced at Brands Hatch in the past. Yes, this was alternating with Silverstone between 1962 and 1986. and was also the European Grand Prix in 83 and 85 at Brands Hatch. Next, the Kyalami Racing Circuit. Kyalami Racing Circuit. Yes, this was a South African Grand Prix in 1967 to 1980, 1982 to 1985, 1992, and 1993. The South African Grand Prix, Kyalami Racing Circuit, was a correct answer. Nicely done. Oni, I've just noticed, is now in overbid territory. Asda is also in overbid territory, so we'll be wiping out at some point in the near future. Next one we're going to reveal, though, is the Daytona International Speedway. Daytona! Not Formula One, I'm afraid. Yes, the Daytona 500 and NASCAR, certainly, but not Formula One, I'm afraid. Can confirm only, I think, Ash. What? Can confirm only, I think, Ash. What? What now? Can confirm... Oh, right, as in only's concern. It appears to be correct, does it now? I didn't think it was. On my search, I didn't see that specifically as a Formula One circuit. It is also a partial of another circuit. Oh, really? I didn't see that on... Oh, I'll have a quick look. I'll have a quick look right now. No. That is no. They are two different things, I believe. Yeah, not necessarily that. It's yeah, this is actually a slight little trick. They are different things, I believe, because I saw this name come up before, and it's a different subset of the track. So technically, will come up as a wrong answer, whereas the one you've listed is a right answer. But they are technically different circuits. This is not about Daytona, Topper, no. But I will come to it when we get to reveal it. Next reveal. In fact, we have come directly to it right now. The Bugatti circuit. So, the Bugatti circuit is actually a smaller circuit, part of the Circuit de la Sarthe, which hosts the 24-hour of Le Mans race. The Circuit de la Sarthe has hosted the Formula One Grand Prix, but the Bugatti circuit specifically has not. They are in the sort of the same world, but Bugatti circuit specifically has not hosted. The Circuit de la Sarthe has. Well, that's not the year that was listed here. 1968. No, 1968 doesn't. No. 1968 was Rouen Les Essarts, and 1967 was de la Sarthe. At least that's what it says here. I'm going by the names listed, not necessarily if the subset circuit they chose was different. So I'm going by the names that were provided from this calendar that I have in front of me, and other documentation that I found when I was proofing this. It all seemed to match up for me. But Bugatti was, for me, a wrong answer. It was called the Mickey Mouse circuit because all the drivers hated it from not being in Rouen. Again, Mickey Mouse is not what was listed up here. But anyway, if this is like super niche insider knowledge that a general proofer of general knowledge quizzes would not be able to figure out, then that's kind of not on. Anyway, moving on. Laguna Seca, also wrong answer. California, USA hosts the IndyCar series and the IMSA sports car, previously MotoGP, but not Formula One, I'm afraid. Next reveal, the Algarve. That's the correct answer, though. That's the Portuguese Grand Prix in 2020 as part of a revised calendar because special year, and was also hosting in 2021 as well. Circuit Zolder, the Belgian Grand Prix in 72, 75 to 82, and 1984 as well. Car and BC banking out there. Matt, still one left to give. Next one is the Nivelles Boulaire. That is a correct answer there. Yes, that one there is the Belgian Grand Prix in 1972 and 1974. Poker banking out 8,000. Jogging Chum, one more left to give. The Johor circuit. That was a wrong answer. No, that one is in Malaysia and has hosted the MotoGP and Superbike World Championship and the Asian Formula 2000, but not Formula 1, I'm afraid. That is a wrong answer. Unlucky. 2 right and 1 wrong up here. We're going to go to the Mosport International Raceway. That is correct. That's the Canadian Grand Prix in 67, 69, 71 to 74, 76, and 77. Matt's banking out there on 24,000, now has the lead. Just 1 right and 1 wrong left on the board. And we're going to the Scandinavian Raceway next to reveal. Is this the last correct answer? Or is this the last wrong answer? Scandinavian Raceway. That has the last correct answer. The Swedish Grand Prix 73 to 78. Which does mean the Afenisto race circuit is our final wrong answer. That one is in Finland and has hosted Formula 2 and Formula 3, but not Formula 1 as yet. Bugatti should have been correct. It hosted the 67 French Grand Prix, completely missed this. Okay, I mean, if that is the case, then it's the case, but that's, when I looked at things, it says Circuit de la Sarthe, which is not necessarily the same as Bugatti. It does happen. It does happen. This is just one of those things, isn't it? Anyway, at the end of board number 2, we have 16 players with a non-zero score. Matt's currently in the lead on 24,000. Then Car on 19,500 dukes and BC 14,000. Thank you, Topper, for the board, though. Do appreciate the board and the 10,000 duke author bonus you're getting for that. And we go to board number 3, the final board of this game, which should be something slightly different. It's the sound of music. Now, interestingly, this should be Westernator's board, but it's not assigned you correctly. So what I'm going to do, Westernator, is I'll give you 10,000 dukes at the end because you're currently sitting on 0. Because it's going to be super easy for you to score here. So if you don't answer, please, Westernator. If you just don't answer, then that's fine, and I'll be able to sort things out for you, and I'll give you 10,000 dukes at the end. But everybody else still needs to answer on this board, and it concerns the following. On the board are 16 couplings of composers to a title of a musical work with animal inspiration. 11 of these couplings are correct, but 5 of them are completely made up. Now, the answers you'll see will be English translations or transliterations of the piece in hand. The wipeouts are genuine composers, but the pieces associated to them are completely made up. So 11 of these are right. They are correct couplings to composers to the musical work. 5 of them, the couplings are made up. Here can be 16 answers. Your 45 seconds starts now. It's 20 seconds. Get those answers in. Need at least a bit of one, otherwise you will lose your bank. 10 seconds. Your front tree need an answer? Oh, I think you said you were leaving. No problem. That is time. All answers on the board were accounted for. Yeah, front tree said in chat that they were leaving, so that's fine. And Westernator, that's absolutely fine for you as well. So I'm not going to hit the wipeout button because of both of those getting an explanation as to why they're not answered this time round. Topper has gone for a full bid of 11. That is a crazy, crazy bid to go for. Derek with a bid of 9 is the next highest, I think. Drahuska has also gone for the full bid of 11. They're still going gung-ho. Let's see what is right and what is wrong. First to reveal is It's a big old swathe of yellow there. 37 players go for Tchaikovsky. Swan Lake. It's never Tchaikovsky until it is. Yes. 1875 to 1876 was when it was composed and then performed. Yeah, not much to say about that one. Just Nobody Tell Royal, absolutely. Next one to reveal is Prokofiev, Peter, and the Wolf. Yes, indeed. Petit Volk, 1936 is a correct answer as well. Next to reveal, Rimsky-Korsakov, The Flight of the Bumblebee. Another correct answer there, yes. Back in 1900 there. How are we doing? BC banking out 17,000. DMC 9,000. Brand New Halo 7,500. Let's keep going. Matt banking out their 27,000, I should also say as well. Congratulations on being safe there. Next one to reveal is Stravinsky, The Firebird. Another correct answer, yes. L'Oiseau de Feu, or what's that say? Żabtica, I think is the sort of a Russian version of it. Yeah, L'Oiseau de Feu, or The Firebird, is the correct answer. Next reveal, Saint-Saëns, Carnival of the Animals. Another correct answer there, yes. Le Carnaval des Animaux in 1886. Another correct answer there, congratulations. Lingo banking out, Riff banking out, Shapes banking out, Free Ruckus, Jeremy and Lupin and Mark and Colo all banking out, in fact, on that particular answer. Next one to reveal, Schubert, The Trout Quintet. Yes, the Forellen Quintet in 1819, but was actually published after his death, 1827, by Schubert, is a good, correct answer there. Carr banking out 27,000, tying the lead with Matt. In fact, actually succeeding there because probably due to a different number of correct answers or different number of wipeouts. So Carr actually takes the win presently. Derek still has 3 left to give, though. BC is finishing there. Only and Cyclespace banking out on that particular answer. Drahuska and Asda, unfortunately, are in wipeout territory. They've already overbid, so they will be getting a wipeout shortly. Next one to reveal is Janashek, the Cunning Little Vixen. Yeah, another correct answer there. Where are you? Yes, in 1921 to 1923, there was another good answer. Claire banking out 19.5. Congratulations. Nata banking out 5,000 as well. Topper of Resources, you're in overbid territory. You've got an overbid of 2 presently. So you'll be getting a wipeout shortly on that 10,000 dukes. I see what you've done. I do appreciate you doing that, Topper. You didn't have to, but I do appreciate it nonetheless. Next to reveal is Bertold, Cat Duet. That's a correct answer, yes. Duetto buffo di due gatti in 1825. Typically attributed to Gioacchino Rossini, but was not actually written by Rossini. Instead, there is a claim the compilation was by Robert Lucas de Purcell under the pseudonym of G. Berthold. So that's why we've got Berthold as the name there, rather than Rossini. Calibrated Vision banking out 18,000 there. Jers banking 14,000. Congratulations on those bids. We haven't touched any of the wipeouts yet. Will it be this one? We're going to Mozart and Little Lamb. And there is our first wipeout there. No, Mozart had not written anything by Little Lamb as a title or anything translated, something like that. Poker, Music, Topper, Pyrapygmy, JFPL, etc. and Asda wiping out there at the end of the game. Unfortunate. Next reveal. Ravel, the Mother Goose Suite. Yes, that is a correct answer there for Ravel. Ma Mère Loy, 1910 to 1911 was a correct answer there. Toots banking out 16,000. Congratulations. Derek's still looking for 1. That FNZ looking for 2. Jogging Chum looking for 1. So is AB. Let's keep going. Dvorak, the Freebird Sonata. Unlucky. No, there is no such thing, I'm afraid. AB, that FNZ, Topper, Drahuska and Adster wiping out on that. Yeah, there possibly is a little bit of a sneaky thing there from Leonard Skinner for Freebird, but yeah, not for Dvorak, I'm afraid. 2 right, 3 wrong left of the board. Next one we're going to reveal is Strauss, The Dove Cry. Again, you might be thinking of When Doves Cry, potentially. Kegler, Topper, JFPL, Drahuska, and Asta wiping out on that guess there. Oh, I've got a tickle. Hang on. Any more? No, just the one. Next reveal. Le Coq, The Fox, and the Crow. Forest Field Sportsy have gone for this. It is a correct answer, yes. In 1900 is Le Coq. Forest Field banking out 5,000. Sportsy also banking out 5,000. Just one correct answer left on the board now between these 3 answers. Which one is it? We're going to go to Mussorgsky, Ballet of the Unhatched Chickens. Derek's gone for this. Chum and Danny have not, though. Is this the last correct answer on the board? It is, yes. 1874. This is part of the Pictures at an Exhibition suite, in fact. So the one we're looking for there. Yes, Derek's saying there, Pictures at an Exhibition is correct. Banking there 30,500 dukes and taking the lead there away from Carr. Congratulations, Derek. Which does mean, unfortunately, these last 2 are wrong answers. So, Jogging Chub and Danny, we're going to wipe you out with Schoenberg, the Hummingbird Suite. Doesn't exist. And 4A, the After the Butterflies, also a wrong answer. At the end of the game there, 25 players with a non-zero score. Potsdam 1500, Sportsy, Clive, Natter, Colo, Forest Field 5,000, Mark 7,000, Lupine and Zhao Mi and Free Ruckus and Brand New Halo 7,500, DMT 9,000, Shapes 9,500, Cyclospace and Only 10,500, Riff 11,000, Jers and Lingo 14,000, Toot 16, BC 17, Calibrated 18, Claire 19.5. Then we jump up Matt the Ref and Carr 27,000 doots, and finally Derek winning all their 30,500 doots. Congratulations there, Derek, with some great music knowledge there at the end. Well, I hope you enjoyed that game there from Alex, Topper, and the Westernator. But we've got one more game to play. We've got 3 more boards to play. So, if you're still feeling like you want to play a bit more, then one more room code, and then I need to open up the door because I think Whiskers is at the door. FQLZ. FQLZ if you want to play this final game. Oh, no. Twitch chat's not happy this time, apparently. Hang on. Twitch chat's not happy that time. Let's try it again. Let's try restarting it. DHMI. It's not HDMI, it's DHMI. DHMI. We'll plug those codes in for our final game, and let me see if we can find Whiskers. Hello? Hello? Hi. Hello? Yes, what? Yes? Hmm? Hmm. I agree. Some fewer protests at the moment. I'm not holding it the same way. Now I'm holding it a similar way. Now there's some protest. Yeah. What? Go and. There you go. Meow. Oh, that was a nice meow. That was a nice meow. Oh, hairs. I need to give you a brush. Oh, excuse me. May have to blow my nose as well. Absolutely. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Nose. getting all sorts of stuff there. Come on, Whiskers. That was a nice meow. Do you want to say that again? Ooh, yeah. Yeah, really? Don't go crazy on the desk, okay, Whiskers? So, final game this evening. We have 3 boards, and they come courtesy from, in alphabetical order, It's Sportsy, JC Eurovision Fan, and Pokenuts. Those are our 3 authors for our final game. Not necessarily in that order, but those are the 3 authors. And hopefully you'll enjoy this final game. So, if we're all ready, let's do the countdown, Whiskers. Do you want to do the countdown? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if we're ready,
Let's play Wipeout.
there we go. So here we go. Board number 1. Oh, take care, Cetra. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for the board earlier. That's the space board earlier was really, really good fun. Thank you for that. The happy squee. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Oni. Greatly appreciated, and hello there, Lady Oni, as well. Let's start off with board number 1. Critical Hole. You might have heard of Critical Role, maybe? Critical Hole. Well, the question is, which of these are actual spells from Dungeons & Dragons, the 5th edition? So this is taken from the Player's Handbook and Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll just do other stuff instead. We've got a national lottery going on from Matt the Ref again. And they're gifted out there to, oh hey, Kyler Ray, June Me, Just Sarah No, and Yoshi86 Up. From space. Thank you very much, Matt, for another 5 gifted subs there. I know why you wanted to do that. You just wanted to trigger the hype train, didn't you? Who cares about a game when you've got a hype train going on? Anyway, so yeah, this is the board. You're going to see 16 spells, but only 11 of them are official spells in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. The other 5 are not. Good luck. Here comes your 16 answers. And your time starts now. Come here, Whiskers. Come here. I don't know, Proogs, because I don't play D&D either. Other than it's probably the current edition is the 5th edition, so... Oh my god. Definitely need to get a brush on you. Don't forget to give me at least one answer. That is time. All answers on the board have been accounted for. And there's really not much I can say about this because they're either in or they're not. So we can do a very quick reveal on this board. Alistair's gone for 10. Drahuska's gone for 11. We'll give the that FNZ 1 wipeout, though. Unfortunately, for not giving me an answer. Let's start revealing then. So, we're going to start off with Fear, which is a correct answer. Then Snare, which is a correct answer. Then Vex. It's not a correct answer, I'm afraid. No. The closest you can come to Vex is Hex. H-E-X. That is the closest you can get to that specific spelling. Hex is correct. Vex, I'm afraid, is not. So, already 18 players wiping out with that guess. Next, Blight is a correct answer. Next, Knock. Another correct answer. And next, Bane. Yes, another correct answer, yes. Jer's now banking out, so is Car. Next one, Harm. Another correct answer there. Kegler now banking on 1500. We now move on to Maze. Another correct answer. Toot banking out 7,500 doots. Mark banking 500. Next. Gate. Yet another correct answer. ABME now banking 10,500. Muesli banking 5,000. Next one. Bark Skin. Another correct answer. Derek banking 14,000. Danny banking 5,000. Cyclespace banking 3,000 doots. 2 right and 4 wrong left on the board. We now go to Rust. That, I'm afraid, is a wrong answer. The closest you can get is a Gust. G-U-S-T, not a Rust. R-U-S-T. Unfortunately, there for you and me, Colo, Riff, Asda, Lupine, Prugs, and Claire wiping out on that answer. Next one. A blank. Again, unfortunately, a wrong answer. The closest is a blink, not a blank. Nata, DMC, Lingo, Drahuska, Sportsy, and Adster wiping out on that answer. 2 right and 2 wrong left on the board. Blank! Someone write in the ideas channel to get the J Foreman blank clipped just for the soundboard for redacted. Oh, that'd be too funny. Again, an April Fool's episode is not called redacted, it's called blank. Next to the reveal. Dawn. That one is a correct answer. Jogging Chub, 1 left to give. Can you find the final correct answer? No, not that. Do you not know Jay Foreman? Come on, get onto YouTube, people. We're now moving on to a bump. A wrong answer. Closest you can get is a jump. J-U-M-P, not bump, B-U-M-P. 1 right and 1 wrong. Jogging Chub, you're still hanging on in there. Can you get it right? Let's find out. We're going to massage with BC and Puzzle Dan. Jogging Chum did not go for a massage. It's a good thing you didn't go for a massage, because the closest for that is a message. M-E-S-S-A-G-E, not an M-A-S-S-A-G-E. Message was the right one. Massage was not, which means Jogging Chum, hello. Hello. And just like that, you tie the lead. 14,000 doots there for Derek and Dogging Chum. Even me on 10.5. Poker getting the author bonus 10,000. Then Toot 7.5. Danny and Muesli 5,000. Jers and Cyclespace 3,000. Kegler 1,500. Car and Mark 500 doots. But it's all still to play for as we go into board number 2, which is something quite significantly different to Dungeons and Dragons. Guess who's coming for dinner? Guess who's coming for dinner? 11 of these 16 celebrities have made an appearance on The Cosby Show, 1984 to 1992, in the Huxtable residence. Can you find the 11 celebrities that have made cameo appearances? So 11 of these have appeared on The Cosby Show. Which one? 11 have, 5 have not. It is as simple as that. Are you all ready? Here come your 16 answers. 45 seconds starts now. Get the D8s out. Thank you, Sportsy, for this board. You're going to get an author bonus 10,000 at the end. So there's some slightly older telly. Maybe there's some people out there that do know a bit about The Cosby Show, though. Ten seconds. Worst case scenario, it's 11 in 16 chance of just going for one answer. All answers on the board have been accepted. So, let's start revealing some answers. That FNZ going for full bid of 11, as well as Drahuska and Astor. They're still going gung-ho. Then, our next highest bid is BC with 6, I believe. Then Nata and Colo with a bid of 5. Let's start revealing some answers. We'll start off with Sammy Davis Jr. It's our first correct answer on the board, yes. In one episode in 1989, Sammy Davis Jr. did feature, yes. Car banking out, nice and easy. Puzzleland also banking out. And Oni, your D8's worked out this time. You have banked out 500 doots. Next reveal. LeVar Burton. I'm afraid not. No, has never appeared on The Cosby Show. Derek, the one you randomly plucked out was a wrong answer. And just like that, your lead has been eliminated and you have wiped out Sim Lead Cycle, Poker, Jeremy, Natter, Player 2 Start, Brand New Halo, That FNZ, DMC, Claire, Drahuska, and Asta all wiping out. Yeah, Poker getting that author bonus of 10,000 on the previous board, and just like that, it's all gone with one wrong answer. Next reveal. Debbie Allen. Correct answer, yes. One episode in 1988. Next reveal is Angela Bassett. Another correct answer. 2 appearances. One in 85, one in 88. Dogging Chum now takes the lead on 14,500 banked. You went for one that he felt sufficiently old enough just to have something to bank. Fair enough, only. Next one's reveal. Iman. Yes, one appearance in 1985. Danny Gambit banking out 6.5 there. Lingo banking 1.5. And Ralph banking 500. Next one's reveal is Jennifer Lewis. Oh no! Jennifer Lewis never appeared, I'm afraid. Jers, Topper, Pyro, BC, That FNZ, Drahuska, and Asta wiping out there. Let's keep going. We move on to Blair Underwood. Correct answer, yes. 2 episodes. 1985 episodes, in fact. Next reveal is Dizzy Gillespie. Great trumpet player. And has appeared once indeed, yes. Part of a jazz session episode. Muesli banking out 5,500 doots there. Congratulations. Let's keep going. Adam Sandler. Yes, 4 appearances, in fact, between 87 and 88. Adam Sandler was a correct answer. Toots banking out 12.5. Shapes banking 3. 4 right and 3 wrong left of the board. Next to reveal is Kadeem Hardison. Correct answer, yes. ABM banking out 11,000 there on that answer. Kegler looking for 2. Ruckus looking for 1. Westerdator looking for 1. Riff looking for 2. Jaff PL looking for 1. Proogs still looking for 1 correct answer up on the board. We now go to Naomi Campbell. And it's a correct answer. Has appeared twice in 1988. Jaff PL, congratulations. You have banked out 1,500. 2 right answers left on the board. We now go to Tyra Banks. Unlucky, no. Tyra has never appeared on The Cosby Show, I'm afraid. Kegler, Westernator, Natter, and Pyro getting wiped out there. Hello, Whiskers. Do you want out now? You're scratching at the door. Do you want back out again? Okay. I'll do that for you then. Yes. There you go. Whatever Whiskers wants, Whiskers gets. 2 right and 2 wrong left on the board. We're going to now go to Jasmine Guy. Another wrong answer, no. She was on a different world as Whitley Gilbert, opposite Dennis Huxtable, but was never on the set of the Huxtable house, I'm afraid. 3 Ruckus, Natter, Drahuska, and Asta wiping out on that answer. 2 right and 1 wrong left on the board now. Riff still looking for 2, Proogs looking for 1. And we go to Gates McFadden. Only those in the wipeout zone have gone for Gates McFadden. But it's a correct answer, which does mean Riff, you are now in overbid territory and you're going to get a wipeout in a moment. Unlucky. 1 right and 1 wrong left of the board. Proogs, we're looking to you now. Erica Alexander is what Riff has gone for, which means Proogs has gone for Madeline Kahn. 1 is right and 1 is wrong. Is Erica the last remaining right answer? Erica is the last remaining right answer and has appeared 21 times between 1990 and 1992. Which does mean, well, you've both gone for it, Riff and Proogs. You've both gone for Madeline Kahn. And we know there's only 1 wipeout left of the board. So, we're going to go bye. And as people in chat are saying, yes, Madeline Carr appeared in the later series called Cosby, 1996 to 1999, but not The Cosby Show, I'm afraid. So the end of that board, we have 15 players with a non-zero score. Sportsy getting that 10,000 author bonus there, brings them into 4th place. Jogging Chum now holds the lead at 14,500 doots. One more board to play. And we turn to JC Eurovision Fan for the final board. It's called I'm With the Group. I'm With the Group. Information of the board is 11 of these 16 bands or groups have won the Kids' Choice Award for Favourite Music Group at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards since its first trophy in 1994. Be careful though, as a wrong answer will probably get you slimed in a virtual sense. We are considering everything from 1994 up to the 2021 inclusive Kids' Choice Awards. 11 of these have won the Kids' Choice Awards for Favourite Music Group. 5 of them will not, or have not. Here comes your 16 answers. Oh. Are there any screwdrivers as prizes in this game? No, unfortunately, I do not have any booby prizes at present yet, Eddie. It's a thing I've considered at some point, actually, to put in some booby prizes, but not quite yet. But welcome to the stream. It's good to see you here at the end of our final game here. Okay, 16 answers about to appear. 11 right, 5 wrong. Here they come. And your time starts now. Eleven of these bands or groups have won the Kids' Choice Award for Favourite Music Group at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards at some point since 1994. 5 have not. Need at least one answer, otherwise you will wipe your score. 15 seconds. 10. And everybody that's still here has given me an answer. That is time, and every single answer on the board has been accepted once again. So as it currently stands, if all the bids that have come in were correct, then we're looking at Derek Drahuska and Adster with a win at 33,000 doots. Then it would be Danny on 29,000, that FNZ 27.5, Toot on 23, and Kegler at BC on 22.5. But that all depends on if your answers are correct. Let's start reading some answers. We're going to start off with, yes, BTS. Yeah, most modern ones, 2020 and 2021, BTS were the winners indeed. Good answer to go for. Next, One Direction, another good answer to go for. They won 3 times, 2013, 14, and 15. Next reveal, the Jonas Brothers, another good pick to go for. Yes, 2008 and 2009, they were the winners. Next one, Backstreet Boys. Yes, all the way back in 2000, Backstreet Boys are a good answer to go for. Shapes banking out, Cycle Space banking out, Mark banked out earlier, Pyro Pygmy banked out earlier as well. Next one's reveal. Hanson. Yes, 1998, Hanson were the winners. Dogging Chub banking 15,000, Ralph banking 8,000, Jers banking 5,000, Proogs also doing the same, banking 5,000. Let's keep going. Destiny's Child. 2001 and 2002, they were the winners, yes. ABME banking 11.5, Westerdator 10.5 being banked there, Polkadot 7,500, and those are all the banks to consider. I can feel the cold, which means Whiskers has opened the door again. Yes, you have, haven't you? Again, whatever you get, you whatever you want, you get, isn't it? You want attention again, don't you? Hello again. Hello again. You just sit on my lap while I complete this round, okay? Thank you. Next reveal. The Black Eyed Peas. Yes, 2010 and 2011 they were the winners. Sportsy banking 17.5. Congratulations. Free Ruckers banking 10.5. And Puzzle Diamond banking 5,500 doots. Next reveal. Green Day. Yes, 2005 and 2006 they were victors. Ju and me banking 10,500 doots. Very good play there. Only banking 5,500 doots. Nicely done. 3 right answers left on the board. So if you've got more than that in your bid account, then I'm afraid you will be wiping out. Next reveal. Fifth Harmony. Another correct answer. 2016, 17 and 18. The Fifth Harmony were the winners. Nicely done there. No one banking out on that specific answer, though. 2 right and 5 wrong. We now go to Boys to Men. Boys to Men? Yes, 1995 they were the winners. Congratulations there. Kegler banking 22,500 there. Carr banking 11,500. 1 right answer left on the board, which means Adster, that FNZ, Drahuska, and Riff, and Jaff PL, and BC, and Claire, all in overbid territory right now, which does mean you will be hitting a wipeout or more at some point in the near future, so you will be ending on 0. Hard luck. There's only 1 right answer left up here. We have yet to do a full sweep of the board this evening. Will it be tonight? Will it be on this final? Will it be this board right now, should I say? Will this be the full sweep or not? We are looking at Pentatonics. 2016 and 2017, the years in question here. But they were only nominated. They did not win, I'm afraid. 2016-17, they were nominated for the award, but did not win the award. Derek, Colo, Topper, Riff, BC, Claire, and Drahuska all wiping out there at the end of board number 3. Will be ending on a 0. Hard luck. Still 1 right up here. Is it Big Time Rush? Danny hopes it is. Toot hopes it is. Muesli and Nata and Lingo hope this is the final correct answer. And it is the final correct answer on the board. 2012 was the year in question. They were the winners. This does mean Danny banking out, winning on 29,000 doots, followed by Toot on 23,000 doots. Muesli banking 19.5, Nata banking 18,000, and Lingo banking 3,000 doots. Congratulations to you all. Unfortunately, to Asda, that FNZ, DMC, Jaff PL, we're going to have to look at some wipeouts right now. Imagine Dragons, they were nominated 4 times, but never won. The Chainsmokers, they were nominated 4 times as well, but never won. Lady Antebellum was nominated twice, never won. And the Baja Men, back in 2001 and 2003, they were nominated, but never won. And that is the end of the game. And at the end of the game, 25 players with a non-zero score. Let's go up the board. Player 2 start 500, Pyropygmy and Mark 1500. Mark on 3000, Prugs and Cyclespace, Jers and Polterdan. Jers 5,000, Puzzledan and Oni 5.5, Shapes 6, Polkanut 7.5, Lupine 8, Brandy Halo and Westlater 10.5, as well as Free Ruckers and Junni. Car 7th and ABME 11.5, Jockington 15,000, Sports Seat 17.5, Nata 18, Muesli 19.5, Kegler 22.5, Toot 23,000, and our winner this time round, Danny Gambit, 29,000 doots. Congratulations to you, Danny Gambit, for winning the 3rd game there. And thank you once again to Pokenuts, Sportsy, and JC Eurovision Fan for those 3 boards this evening. Again, quite a nice wide variety. Just it's sitting on the music and sports and popular culture stuff type thing again, which we need to kind of step out of at some point in the near future. But we've got plenty of time until the next episode of Wipeout to sort that out. So thank you very much for tuning in and playing some Wipeout. It's been a while since we played this. I hope you enjoyed tonight. What have we got coming up on future streams this in the next few weeks? Well, next week I have currently planned 15 to 1, and then if I can get it done in time, a pilot run of Breakaway next Friday. If I can get it done in time, a pilot run of Breakaway. And yes, it will be a brand new finals board for 15 to 1 because we did do a grand final. So we'll be resetting the finals leaderboard for that as well. So yeah, Breakaway. Hopefully this time next Friday. There's also Topper resuming service this Sunday with Rebound. Possibly Ben resuming service tomorrow evening, but that, again, may or may not happen. He currently is saying on Twitter that he may be feeling good enough to do it tomorrow, but it may or may not happen, health depending. So keep an eye on things. He may be live tomorrow or not. Do join the Discord because always stuff going on in the Discord anyway. We do need to have a wheel spin before we finish the stream off, though, don't we, Whiskers? Come on. Let's find out what we want for our wheel spin. Oh, yes, you are right, Western you are absolutely right. I can sort that out for you right now. Yeah! Absolutely, Jogging Chub. Thank you for the 12-month reset there. Greatly appreciated. And appreciate you tuning in. And Western there's the author bonus of 10,000 associated there at the end there. I completely forgot to do that in the middle of the game and all that. But yeah, there you go. You're trading your F1 question review for a wheel spin. I get to decide that. No. Right. What is going to be the key word this evening? The key word is going to be... Could be a meow. Could be meow as a keyword, so... Yep, there you go. Meow. We'll have chats just meow at me, because why not? The power I have! The power I have here in the palm of my hands. It's not the power of the sun in the palm of my hands, no, it's the power of chat in the palm of my hands. Yes, Whiskers. Yes. Might even be able to get you to do the spin. Let's find out. Who's going to get the wheel spin? In before it's only. It's Puzzle Dan. Puzzle Dan's going to get the wheel spin. Dudes. Puzzle Dan. Let me change the layout of the thing to this. Bring it to camera only mode. And get this wheel spin sorted. Did it help out with this wheel spin, Whiskers? Let's see if we can help you get this wheel spin sorted. I might have to... We'll see what we can do. Here we go. Nicely done. Nicely done, Whiskers. Nicely done. There's a good spin. 20,000 dudes there. Going to Puzzle Dan. Thank you, Whiskers, for that wheel spin. The kitty spin. I appreciate that. There we go. 20,000 dudes. Sending your way there over to Puzzle Dan. A blessed cat, absolutely. Thank you. Yes, thank you. You did a good job then, Whiskers. You did a good job. Yeah, absolutely. So that is going to be it this evening, and for me for the rest of the week. I am back next Wednesday, as I say, with 15 to 1, and then hopefully on next Friday, Breakaway pilot episode. So do definitely tune in for that. Wow, all the burps happening right now. What am I going to do? I'm going to send you over to Games Done Quick because it's an awesome charity stream. You need to go and watch it, and also go and donate for the Not ITG Step Mania bonus game incentive if they've already met that by now, because it's going to be loads of good fun. Take care, have a good weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye! Beep, boop.